from Dodge City and into territory on west, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad, the story of the violence that moved west with young America, and the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely. Chester and I were 30 miles from Dodge when we ran into the buffalo hunters' camp. We'd been holed up for 2 days in a deserted sod hut, taking cover from one of the worst blizzards in years. But it was over now, and a warm, dry Chinook blew out of the west, down off the Rockies and across the prairie into Kansas. It was Chester who first saw the camp, a pile of buffalo hides half covered with snow, and the skeleton of a wagon, its canvas torn and shredded by the blizzard. The camp was silent as we rode up and got down.
Ain't there a soul here, Mr. Dillon?
Maybe they got caught out on the prairie when the blizzard hit, Chester.
Yeah, it sure does look that way.
I don't know how that team is still alive with nothing but that wagon for protection.
Yeah, but they don't look none too lively.
Well, you can't blame them.
Put your hands up.
Look.
Close it.
Better do what the old man says, Chester.
Must have been hiding in that wagon.
Come over here. Closer.
This your camp, mister?
Of course it's my camp. Now you two drop them guns.
Well, we got our hands up. Isn't that enough?
You do what I say. I ain't taking no chances. I ain't going to get left here again.
What?
You're going to hit up that team and you're going to take me into Dodge. You ain't running off like Jed Larner.
Well, who's Jed Larner?
He was my skinner.
Well, why did he leave you?
Yeah, he seen that blizzard coming. He didn't want to take any chances, so he rode off. He's probably been in Dodge all the time, warm and cozy.
Well, why didn't you go with him?
Well, I twisted my leg, my foot, so I can't ride a horse, that's why. Larner figured driving the wagon would be too slow.
You mean he left you here to freeze?
I'll kill him when I find him. And I'll kill you if you don't drive me to Dodge.
Now, here. He's a U.S. Marshal, mister. He ain't going to leave you here.
A marshal?
Now, why don't you put that rifle down and tell us who you are?
All right. My name's Ira Puckett, Marshal. I'm usually up north following a Republican herd, but I come south this year. I'm getting old, and I thought it'd be warmer down here.
You sure made a mistake about that, didn't you?
You'll get me into Dodge, won't you?
Yeah, sure, of course we will.
That foot I twisted, I don't feel nothing in it. It must be froze.
Yeah, it could be.
I'll kill Jed Larner for this.
Now, you forget about that, Puckett. I'm not taking you back to Dodge just so you can hang.
I'll forget it till I find him. He'll be all right, Matt. In time.
Then his foot wasn't so bad after all, huh?
Well, he didn't have much foot left when I got through with him.
Oh.
You'll be able to walk there.
With a cane. But his buffalo hunting days are over.
Uh-huh. Does he know that?
I told him. Ira Pucket's a proud man. A little too proud.
Oh, what do you mean, Doc?
Well, what he hated most about this Jed Larner leaving him on the prairie wasn't the fact that he might have died, but that he was helpless. Now, a man like Puckett can't stand being helpless.
I see.
And now, all crippled up, he's a bitter man, Matt.
Well, he got over it, Doc. You know, man, he got used to most anything in time.
I don't know. I got my doubts about Puckett. He's in the back room there, if you want to see him.
Yeah, all right.
I'll come with you.
Hello, Puckett.
Marshal?
Well, how you feeling?
Yes. Doc tell you what he done to me?
Yeah.
He ruined my foot.
I saved your life, Puckett.
And I ain't sure I'm grateful, Doc.
You're going to be all right, Puckett. You'll be able to get around.
Yeah, like old woman. What am I going to do for a living? I ain't one of you city people. I live off the country. I always have. I'm a man, not a dude.
You'll get used to town life. And, besides, you'll find men here, too.
Yeah, but what kind of men? Walking around all flickered up, parting their hair in the middle and bowing to the ladies. Ain't one of them could do half the things I've done. Well, I was living with Comanches when most of them were sniveling in their mother's apron.
I know. But you'll find something to do. I'll help you.
You will, huh?
Sure.
Then help me find Jed Larner. Bring him in here so that I can kill him with my bare hands.
What does he look like, Puckett?
No, he's tall, black hair. Got a big scar running across one eye and halfway down his right cheek.
Good. I'll try to find him. And if I do, I'll run him out of town before you get to him.
I can't even trust you, can I?
Not when you want to murder a man. I told you I didn't bring you in so that you could hang. The next few weeks, I kept a sharp eye out for Jed Larner, but he must have headed for some other part of the country. Anyway, he never showed up in Dodge. That time passed, and Ira Puckett was able to get around a little bit. First with the help of crutches, and then finally with a cane. But it was obvious that his hunting days were over. And that alone seemed to shame him. And then one night, his pride really got a blow. I was at the Long Branch having a beer with Kitty when it happened.
Oh, this is a great way to start the new year, Matt.
Oh, what do you mean, Kitty?
Well, all last year I was hoping maybe I'd be in San Francisco by now.
San Francisco?
Yeah.
You never told me.
What would you have done about it?
Nothing, I guess. But, why San Francisco?
No blizzard, no dust, no cowboys.
Yeah, but they got fog. And all those sailors and miners aren't any more gentle than these cowboys, you know?
Yeah, I know. Imagine going to dinner in a carriage, eating off a tablecloth, dancing on a hardwood floor.
You know, I think you're spoiled, Kitty.
How could I get spoiled? Here in Dodge City?
You know, I always...
Oh, what's the matter, man?
That man at the bar there, he just turned around.
Hmm? Which man?
One with a scar down his cheek.
Oh.
Excuse me, Kitty, I'll be back.
Yeah.
Oh. Evening, Marshal.
Evening.
What for you staring at me, Marshal?
Your name's Jed Larner.
What if it is?
How long you been in town?
About an hour. Marshal, something wrong?
You remember the big blizzard we had?
Whoa, who don't?
We all do, I guess. Especially Ira Puckett.
What?
He didn't die, Larner.
Well, that's fine.
I went back looking for him. I wondered where he got to.
Yeah,
I couldn't...
sure you did.
Well, it's true.
Puckets here in Dodge, Leonard.
Yes?
And if he finds you, he'll kill you. But he isn't going to find you because you're leaving right now. And don't you ever show up around here again.
Well, now, just wait, Marshal.
I can't arrest you and I can't put you in jail, but I'll tell you what I can do.
What?
Suppose I just let everybody here know that you're the man who ran off and left Ira Puckett to die.
Oh, no.
You know they'd tear you apart, Leonard.
Don't say nothing, Marshal.
They'd set you on fire.
Don't tell him. I'll leave, Marshal. I'm leaving right now.
Well, you got rid of him in a hurry.
Well, I just saved him from being shot. And Ira Puckett from hanging for it, Kitty.
Oh, that was Jed Larney.
Uh-huh.
He's the one that ought to hang.
Ah, he didn't mean to kill the old man, Kitty.
What's the difference?
Well, legally there's some, I guess.
Enough to give Ira his foot back?
Yeah, sure, hard to argue with, ain't it?
Why? Because I think so?
Why don't we talk about San Francisco some more?
I changed my mind. I think I'll go to New York.
Marshal Dillon?
It's Ira Puckett now.
Yeah.
He looks awful mad. Good thing he isn't armed.
You can always find a gun, Kitty.
You done it. You done it, Marshal. It was you, wasn't it?
You saw Jed Lerner.
Yes, I saw him. Saw him jump on his horse and rode out of town before I could stop him. And I had to stand there and watch. I didn't even have a rock to throw at him. Why'd you do it, Marshal?
I'll tell you why I did it. I wanted to save you from hanging.
I'd rather hang than live this way. I wasn't born to become a helpless old man. And the least you could have done would be let me fight my own battles like I always did on the plains. You took my manhood away from me, Marshal.
You're living in a town now, Ira, among people. Why don't you try to get used to it?
All right. All right, I will. I'll start living like you town people.
And you're going to get a job?
Am I going to? I sure am. And it's going to pay me a lot of money, too.
Now, what do you mean?
You'll find out, Marshal, when it's too late. My, but ain't it a nice morning, Mr. Dillon?
Yeah, thanks to that wind we had last night.
Well, it kept me awake.
Oh? All night?
Well, no, sir, I wouldn't say all night. Hey, let's go over there by the bank, Mr. Dillon. Ain't that a Ira Puckett?
Huh? Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's the first time he's had his team and wagon out.
Where do you suppose he's going?
Right now, he's going into the bank.
What's he carrying that shotgun for? He can't go hunting in the bank.
Oh, yes, he can, Chester. Come on.
Well, Mr. Dillon, you don't even say old Puckett's going to hold that bank up.
Well, he said last night he's going to start living like town people. Get a job and make himself a lot of money. This could be his idea of how to do it.
Yeah, he sure couldn't have no hurry to carry that shotgun in there, could he? Here, you going in after Mr. Dillon?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's got a shotgun.
Chester, look. You take his wagon and team off somewhere and lead him out around the back of the bank, out of sight. And maybe we can handle this without a shooting. Go on.
All right, sir.
Go on. Hurry, Chester. He's coming out. Come on out, Puckett.
Marshal,
I'm not stopping you.
you better not try it. I can shoot with one hand, Marshal.
Sure.
Don't you try to follow me, neither. Hey, wait a minute. Where's my wagon? Where's my team?
You're in a bad fix, aren't you?
Somebody stole them. I can't get away without my team.
No, you can't, Puckets. So you might as well give up.
You done it. You're behind this, Marshal.
You gonna shoot me?
Why shouldn't I?
Because you're in enough trouble already, and shooting me won't help a bit. You're trapped, and there isn't a thing you can do about it. Now, why don't you use your head, Ira?
All right. Here. There's the money. Now you bring my outfit back. I ain't going to go to jail, Marshal.
Like I said, shooting me isn't going to help you. And I'm not going to do a thing about your outfit.
You think you've outsmarted me, don't you?
Give it up, Ira. You're licked.
Yeah, I can't shoot you, Marshal. Here, take the gun.
Thanks.
You helpless old fool. Can't even rob a bank proper.
I'm not sure that you really wanted to, Ira.
What?
All you wanted was to prove something about that manhood you think has been taken away from you. Yeah, but you sure picked a foolish way to do it.
Yeah, I guess I did. I thought he wouldn't never give up, Mr. Jones.
You didn't have much choice, Chester.
Only take him on over to jail? Oh, no. I can't stand jail. Please, Marshal.
Yeah, I'll lock him up, Chester, and I'll return this money. I have a talk with Mr. Bodkin. I'll be over later. I told you to lock him up, Chester.
Well, I started to, Mr. Jones, but I just couldn't stand the look on his face when I locked him in that cell.
You know, Ira, it seems to me that everybody treats you pretty well.
Yes, everybody but Jed Larner.
Yeah, that's true, but Chester and I brought you in. Doc saved your life. I kept you from hanging, and if I hadn't outsmarted you at the bank, you'd probably be lying dead somewhere right now. You know, it seems to me everybody's gone to an awful lot of trouble for an old man full of a lot of foolish pride. What do you think?
I've been thinking, Marshal. Sitting here thinking. And you know what? You're right. It's too late now.
No, it isn't.
What?
I explained everything to Mr. Bodkin at the bank, and he's willing to drop any charges against you. But on one condition.
What's that?
Well, to be honest with you, it was my idea, but Mr. Bodkin agreed. You got a job here, and you quit being so doggone ornery, huh? Otherwise, you'll go to jail.
What can I do with this crippled foot?
Well, seeing that you're so handy with a shotgun, I think that Jim Buck might hire you to ride messenger on the stage for him.
You think so?
Well, he told me he would.
You went and saw him?
And it doesn't take any walking, Ira. How about it?
I never had a job like that. But a man's got to make a change once in a while, don't he? And it'll sure be a good way to start the new year.
Gunsmoke. Produced and directed by Norman McDonald, stars William Conrad as Matt Dillon, U.S. Marshal. The story was specially written for Gunsmoke by John Meston. Featured in the cast were Ralph Moody and Lawrence Dobkin. Harley Bear is Chester, Howard McNear is Doc, and Georgia Ellis is Kitty. Join us again next week for another story on Gunsmoke.